Oh my goodness, man. This cannot be real. I always remind myself every single day that the Genshin Impact community is toxic and there is no way for the community to redeem themselves because it's beyond toxic. But dude, it just gets worse and worse every single day. Marco Meatball? You guys are attacking this guy? Marco Meatball, him out of all people, you guys are attacking this guy. This is one of the most wholesome content creators out there in the gacha space. All he does is make videos of him talking about music, and that's it. I think he's like an opera singer, which is really dope. I watch his videos. He is a dope content creator. But bro, Marco Meatball, you guys are attacking this guy out of all people just because he wanted to play Wuthering Waves. Absolutely pathetic. So I would give you guys some context as to what's going on, but I don't really keep up when it comes to drama. I don't like to associate myself with drama. I just like to make videos of me addressing situations like this because as a content creator myself, it really does piss me off to see other content creators getting attacked over something so stupid because I experienced it myself. After I made that video of me criticizing Genshin, you have people coming in the comment section saying, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. Genshin is a great game. You're a rage baiter, this and that, all that bullshit. It's fucking pathetic, man. It happens to a lot of content creators who just criticize Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves as well. It's just crazy, man. Like the gacha space is so toxic, man, to the point where you can't even express your thoughts and your opinions because these people will attack you and they won't let you express your thoughts and opinions. It's a sad community, man. But I just came back from class and I saw a notification on my phone. Marco Meatball, he pretty much made a video explaining what's going on. And just to summarize everything, this guy pretty much got attacked because he used to play Genshin, but he went to go play Wuthering Waves 2.0, and a lot of Genshin players were not happy, and he got attacked on Twitter, and he had to deactivate his account. It's mind-blowing to me. But make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and react to this.
Here's some of the air really quick. In July of 2024, Notlon was getting ready to come out, and I made a Twitter post. It's really weird that we're using culture and music from different regions, Africa and Latin America, and then not featuring those people in the game. That is an enormous shame. This led to a sort of explosion of agitation and anger and real, like a real sense of outrage, calling me racist, calling me.
Wait, so okay, I'm gonna pause throughout this video so I can give you guys my opinions and stuff like that. But he's talking about Natlin and how when Natlin released, Natlin pretty much represents African culture, stuff like that. And I do agree with him. It is weird how for Natlin you don't really see any dark skinned characters, and Natlin is mostly like white character. Like you don't really see dark skinned characters in Natlin, and it makes sense. So once again, it's just his opinion. And of course, he got the Genshin mob attacking him, saying, you're a racist and all this bullshit. It's like, bro, guys, it's a fucking video game. And he is right. If you guys are going to make a nation that represents a culture, do it correctly. You know what I'm saying? Do it correctly. What's stopping Hoyoverse? Like, what's stopping them from putting black characters in the game? For real, what's stopping them? What's stopping them from putting black characters in the game? Nothing is stopping them. So that's a valid complaint.
Calling me a white pig, telling me that my career was washed up, so on and so forth.
Fucking crazy,
saying
man.
that I wanted Aventurine to die in Honkai Star Rail because I auditioned for it, which I never did. Calling me the leader of the woke movement, or on Billy, they call that the ZZZQ movement. Basically getting essentially review bombed for my video on that, talking about how my videos suck, how I'm insincere, how this, that, and the other. And, what am I gonna do? I can't do anything about that. Like, there's a cultural divide there. That spilled into sort of my YouTube channel, and it spilled into, there was Tectone made a video about it, which is fine. I don't really care about that. But why I was leaving, I made a couple posts about why I was leaving and stopping and making less frequent Genshin videos, so on and so forth. And then on top of that, you know, Wuthering Waves had come out, and that was something I was really looking forward to because I really loved what I played in terms of combat with punishing Grey Raven. And so when Wuthering Waves came out, I was like, oh, this is actually what I prefer over Genshin, where oftentimes
And that's where you messed up, man. You see, when it comes to Genshin players, you are not allowed to play any other game but Genshin Impact. And this happened to me. So when I made the video criticizing Genshin, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you don't make content on Genshin. You just came out of nowhere just to get some rage clicks and all this bullshit." Once again, 2 years ago or 1 year ago, I made Genshin videos. 1 year ago, I think, yeah, it was 1 year ago. I made Genshin videos. Plus, I have a second channel of me making Genshin videos. It's like these Genshin players, they don't understand that Genshin is not the only gacha game. Just because I made 1 or 2 videos on a game doesn't mean that all of a sudden, you know, I'm a rage baiter and, oh, in order for you to have in order for you to make a video and criticize the game, you have to have over 100 videos of you playing Genshin Impact. If not, you're a rage baiter. It's fucking stupid, dude. It's stupid. I don't need to make 1,000 videos on Genshin Impact in order for me to understand how shit the game is. It's like, no, I played the game off camera. I played the game for 4 years, and Natlin was literally the breaking point for me. Like, Natlin, that's when I decided to just leave the game entirely because Natlin was just horrible in so many ways. And I just got fed up with the game. And that's why I started making videos talking about it, because 4 years, 4 years, and the game is just getting worse and worse and worse. And I just got sick and tired of it. So decided to make a video explaining my frustration with the game. And of course, you got these Genshin White Knights. And the crazy thing is, these Genshin players, they always complain about content creators, you know, complaining about Genshin, saying, hey, if you don't like the game, then just leave the game. You know, why are you always complaining about it? Well, the funny thing is, you guys go to these videos and you watch them. I put it in the title. Genshin is complete garbage. I tried to put as much indicators as much as possible to let you guys know that this video is not going to be about me saying great things about Genshin. This is going to be a video about me saying why the game is bad. And you still decide to click the video. So whose fault is that? That's your fucking fault. So it just makes no sense to me as to how these Genshin players, they always go to videos of people critiquing the game, and then they go in the comment section and say, oh, you're just a hater, you're a racist. They say all these things, and it's like, at the end of the day, you decide to watch the video. If you want to watch a content creator who's going to glaze the game 24/7, go do that. But don't come into another content creator's channel and you clearly see that they don't like the game themselves, and you're still going to watch the video just to go in the comment section and throw hate. Like, come on, man. It's just fucking stupid to me. It's like, at this point, the way that the Genshin community operates is that they go to every single content creator's channel, like every content creator who doesn't like the game, they go to their channel and all they do is hate watch the whole time. All they do is hate watch. Like, every single time I would make a video, even if I'm talking about HSR, somebody will come into the comment section and say, we understand you don't like the game, stop making videos talking about it. I'm like, bro, this isn't even a video of me talking about Genshin. This is a video of me talking about HSR, and you're still coming to the comment section talking about Genshin. It's crazy. It's like, at this point, I think hoyoverse, these people are just bots created by hoyoverse just to throw hate at any content creator who's going to criticize the game. It's fucking insane. Because when you go watch content creators who glaze the game all the time, notice how in their comment section, you barely see any haters. You don't see haters at all. It's mostly people saying, my favorite character is Hu Tao and this and that. They just say a whole bunch of random stuff. I honestly think that these people are bots, man. They have to be bots, because the way that they act and the way that they react to content creators who dislike Genshin, it's like they all act the same. They all have it's like a hive mind. When they see a content creator dislike Genshin, they all take their pitchforks and they go after that content creator. But when somebody likes the game, they go to their channel and they just blaze that content creator and say, yes, amazing video, great, the game is amazing. It's fucking crazy, man. But let's continue this video. It's like, you're not allowed to dislike the game. You're not allowed. If you dislike the game, then it's your fault.
I felt like the story was sort of all over the place. I didn't really lock in with the story. I always really enjoyed exploration and like sort of seeing the vistas of Genshin. But ultimately, I think what ended up happening is I sort of became very agitated by those comments, and then the constant, and then I was putting out the Notlon videos, and there was a conversation around, oh, you're a hypocrite for putting these videos out. And it's like, I never said I was gonna like not involve myself with Genshin. I never said that I was gonna.
That's literally what I just said. When you criticize the game, it's like you're not allowed to play the game anymore. You can't make videos talking about Genshin anymore. You're supposed to just completely abandon the game and move on. That's the way they operate. But what's funny is that when content creators actually do that, when they move on and they talk about another game, they still stay in the comment section and they throw hate no matter what. So it's like, what at this point, what can we do? What do you guys want us to do? You don't want us to make videos hating on the game? All right, we're gonna stop doing that. Let's go talk about another game. But you guys still go in the comment section and throw hate. It's like we can't win, bro. That's why it's just so frustrating, man. And that's why I understand, you know, content creators like Marco. I understand, bro, because it happened to me too. It's happening to every content creator who criticizes Genshin. As soon as you criticize the game, it's like half of, like, you have like a separate, like a whole group of people entering your community. It's like they infected your community, and every time you upload a video, it's nothing but negative and hate comments. It's insane.
A boycott Genshin. For me, being that I am friends with people from Latin America, that felt more of a thing that I was more connected to. You know, so I suppose, you know, if people want to say that's hypocritical, then fine. I mean, like, I can't control what anybody says about this anymore, and that's fine. And so Wuthering Waves came out. I started to really lean into it. We know how the update to 1.0 happened. We know that 1.0 was kind of whatever. It was good, but it wasn't great, and it felt like a carbon copy of Genshin. Okay, so on and so forth. So I continue to do what I always do, but I don't interact with
Wuthering Waves from 1.0 to, I'll say, 1.4. Yeah, I feel like the game wasn't really that good. It wasn't that insane, to be honest. Like, that's why I wasn't really active on Wuthering Waves. I would log in, do my dailies, and just call it a day. The game wasn't really that fun, to be honest. You know, the exploration wasn't really that satisfying. It felt boring. It really felt boring. 1.0 to like 1.4 felt really boring to me. But 2.0, the game, it feels like a whole different game now. Like 2.0 is just a game changer. The flying, you know, the way that the map, the open world looks, it just looks really, really good. It looks like I'm playing a different game. It feels like I'm playing a AAA game like Elden Ring, but it feels like I'm playing a gacha Elden Ring. That's what it feels like. Because when you go to Renacita, the buildings, everything, it looks like Elden Ring, which is really cool. So I feel like 2.0 is a huge turning point for Wuthering Waves. And that's the main reason why a lot of people like 2.0, because it feels like Wuthering Waves is a whole new game and the story got a lot better. But of course, you know, you have these Genshin cucks who will come out of nowhere. And one thing I realized, I feel like a lot of people say this, that Genshin Impact players, like the toxic players, they would disguise themselves as Wuthering Waves players, and they would just like throw hate to Genshin to make it seem as if Wuthering Waves is just as toxic as Genshin. I do feel like Wuthering Waves is definitely toxic 100%. There are some parts in Wuthering Waves that are like toxic for sure. But if we were to compare it to Genshin Impact is 10 times worse, man. Like, Genshin is a whole new level of toxicity, to the point where you have players who are sending death threats to content creators, you know, claiming that you're a racist just because you have an opinion, just because you want black characters in the game. It's just fucking stupid, dude. It's fucking stupid. It's just ridiculous. Like, if I were to just make a video of me saying, Hu Tao, I feel like Hu Tao is a mid character, death threats. Like, these people, they can't differentiate reality and fiction. It's a video game, guys. It's a fucking video game.
With Honkai Star Rail anymore either, because I was getting auditions for Honkai Star Rail, and what ended up happening was I was actually being spoiled for what was happening. And frankly, I did not enjoy Penacony. I didn't enjoy that story arc. It felt overwrought with dialogue, and I just didn't care. I mean, I was not interested in that. I was interested in ZZZ, but then I was leveling up Ellen, and I was like, hold on, like, I'm spending all this time leveling up this character. It's what I do in every single gacha game. Yeah. And I just sort of got tired of it. It especially because ZZZ is such a concentrated thing where it really feels like you're like leveling up in the same way that you do and spending all your mats and stuff and the time gating. That's all the stuff that happens in every other Hoyo title, and obviously it happens in every other Gacha game. I was also playing Arknights at that time on top of other games, not just Gacha games, and so I was kind of just like tired of the thing. So I just stopped playing ZZZ, and also like I'm trying to save money. So then Wuthering Waves comes out 2.0, and I'm really excited about it because it's like, it's a real change of pace. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I do think it's defying Gacha games and moving in a different direction. I really felt like the story was the predominant important feature of the game, and I also thought that flying was also defying the Gacha. Like,
I feel like the flying is what makes Wuthering Waves 2.0 peak, because whenever they introduce flying mechanics in a Gacha game, they always try to implement some sort of like they always try to implement they always try to implement a way for players to spend money in order for them to be satisfied with like a brand new location. For example, in Natlan, where, oh, if you want to explore Natlan and you want to be satisfied, you want to be annoyed, summon for Natlan characters. That's really what it feels like, because the exploration in Natlan is extremely annoying, because Natlan is like the landscape is like vertical. Like the mountains are very vertical, and in order for you to get to higher spots, like in order for you to get to teleport waypoints and unlock them, you would have to climb, you would have to climb these mountains. It would drain your stamina. It would drain them so bad. But guess what? If you have Jalonin, you can easily go up them, you can easily climb up mountains, you can climb up walls and easily get that teleport waypoint. That's why the exploration in Natlan is so fucking trash, because they made it annoying on purpose so that you have to summon 4 Natlan characters. It's just fucking predatory in so many aspects. It's just predatory. It really is. And of course, you have Mavwika, who can pretty much do everything. Fly. I wouldn't say fly, but she can pretty much, fly with her motorcycle. She can turn her motorcycle to a jet ski. She can climb walls. It's insane, man. It's absolutely insane. So when you look at Wuthering Waves and how you don't even have to summon for characters to explore the region of Renacita, all you have to do is unlock the flying mechanic and you're good to go. That's what I really like about version 2.0. All you have to do is hold shift, press T, and you're flying. And the speed is great. The standard consumption is great. They did a very good job with the flying in 2.0.
like game landscape, and it really does feel like Kuro is moving in a different direction. You gotta understand that like people outside of the Gacha sphere, most people think Gacha is terrible. Like most people, I have had to defend Gacha and my content revolving around Gacha games on this channel more than anything else. And there was a point where I was making a lot of Genshin content and people be like, hey, I'd love for you to stop making so much Genshin content because it's just constantly Genshin content. And to be fair, at that point, I was actually sponsored to Genshin, and I was like, okay, well, like I could have sold out, and I could have only.
Gacha has a bad reputation, rightfully so, because yes, Gacha is predatory as hell. And I agree with what he's saying. It's like Gacha is extremely predatory, and it really just shows how stupid these Genshin Impact players are, like how stupid they are. It's like, you guys should be appreciating this guy for actually creating exposure for the game. He's an opera singer. He's an opera singer. Like, he's doing something very unique. Pretty much, showcasing Genshin's music so that other people can be attracted to the game. For example, you would have, other people from different communities. Like, let's say you have a community like people who are only interested in music. If they see a content creator who is an opera singer and they're enjoying the game and they're making content on Genshin Impact talking about the music in the game, that would attract a different audience and that would make the community bigger. But no, the way that these Genshin Impact players operate, it's like, all right, we have this opera singer who's playing our game. He's only supposed to play this game and he's only supposed to glaze this game. If he plays any other game, he is banished from the Genshin Impact community and we are going to attack him to death. It's fucking stupid.
Only done Genshin and made a shit ton more money. But like, that's never been the scope of the channel. This channel has always been about music. It's always been about,
exactly,
all sorts of different kinds of music. People want to use.
He makes music on multiple games. It's not just Genshin Impact, and it really just shows how toxic the community is, because this isn't happening to any other game. I'm pretty sure he made videos talking about Monster Hunter music, which was pretty dope. He talks about a lot of games, man. Talks about music in multiple games. But the fact that Genshin, he's getting attacked on Genshin, that should tell you guys something. Like this is a sign. This just proves that the community is indeed extremely toxic. Making music on multiple games, but as soon as he makes content on Genshin, all of a sudden there's a problem.
Use the fact that my channel sort of really took off with FromSoft because that was around the corner of Elden Ring, and that really like thrusted the forward momentum of the channel. And then I started 3 years ago. I started reacting to Genshin, and that did very well, of course. And then I sort of doubled down on it, not just because it was popular, but also because I genuinely liked it. I liked Yu Peng Chen's compositions. And then as things have gone on, I've started to realize that like I really like Yu Peng Chen's music. There are other composers there that I also enjoy, but I don't have the connection that some of the people that come onto this channel, or the people on Bilibili that were pissed at me, I don't have that emotional connection to Genshin like you guys do. Like, that's your game. That's not my game.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's like it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like everybody has their own preference. If he doesn't have an emotional connection with Genshin Impact, that's fine. There are multiple games out there. Genshin Impact, it shouldn't be the only game where, oh, you have to have an emotional connection with this game. If you don't, then you're a loser, this and that. This is crazy, man. Like it feels like we're dealing with kids at this point. Because there is no way that we have grown adults acting this way. It has to be kids. It has to be kids. Like, it's crazy how we have to explain the way preferences work in this community. If he doesn't have an emotional connection with the game, why the fuck are you guys pissed off about that? Once again, his channel was about music. It wasn't about Genshin Impact. It was about music. Genshin Impact is just one of those games that has good music, so therefore he's going to make content talking about Genshin Impact's music. So if he's going to do the same thing for Wuthering Waves, you guys shouldn't be mad about that, because his game is about music. The community is too entitled.
I played 487 games, guys. I have no allegiance except for maybe Warframe and Guild Wars 2, and even those. I mean, like, I constantly oscillate. Like, I play everything. So I don't have this mentality or this tribalism where, like,
Genshin is a cult. Once again, like, the community is a cult at this point. It's like as soon as you make one video talking about Genshin Impact, it's like you signed a contract, and it's like you sold your soul to the game. You sold your soul to the game, and if you make one video criticizing the game, you're banished. You're banished, and your channel, these people are just gonna hate watch you for eternity. It happens to a lot of content creators, man. It happens to so many people. You got these people going on Reddit talking shit about content creators, even after they moved on. After these content creators moved on from the game, they're still talking shit about these content creators. It's pathetic. It's really pathetic. Like, why can't you guys just let these content creators do their own thing? And if you guys just don't want to watch them anymore, then just don't do that. Don't watch them anymore and go watch somebody else. If you don't watch somebody else making content on Genshin Impact, go do that. But don't sit here and hate watch and attack these content creators because, oh, they don't want to play our game anymore and he moved on to another game and I'm mad. Grow the fuck up, man.
I only play this or I only play that. Wuthering Waves, I streamed it really intensively for 3 days, 4 days straight, 5 days straight, and I haven't touched it. And now I'm going to play it again on Saturday. Why? Because I want to. Because there's something I want to get out of that with a skin. And I want to do an event to get that, or I want to pull for Rocha or whatever. Like, that's that. I don't really operate in the same way that a lot of other people do, where they have one game where they play it all the time. And you and I all know that gacha games have this tendency to make us obsessive over them because we have to get pull currency. And because we have to, like, try to...
FOMO, right? Genshin, the FOMO is insane in that game. There's an event, and if you don't participate in that event, you won't be able to get the rewards in that event in future patches. It's crazy. So, yes, I do agree that people who... If you're going to main one gacha game, I'm sorry, man. Good luck with that, because it's going to be tough if you want to main one game. But Genshin Impact is that... Genshin Impact is the game where you shouldn't main it at all, man. If you want to, by all means, go ahead. But you're going to burn yourself out so much to the point where there's going to be nothing for you to do except pick up mint flowers or berries, because that's just how the game works. The game only has like 10 minutes worth of content, and that's pretty much it. You have to move on to a different game. And I feel that's just like the problem. I feel like the main issue with this community is that these people, they invested so much time into the game, and now that everybody is criticizing the game, all these content creators are bashing Genshin, they feel some type of way because they know that they wasted a lot of time on this game. It's been 4 years, man, and the game is just getting worse and worse and worse. And these players, they're pretty much just operating in copium. They're just coping at this point. They're coping, and they just don't want to accept the fact that the game is just a big waste of time. It really is. You log into the game, do your dailies. What else can you do? What else can you do? Sure, you can say Spiral Abyss, but you're pretty much doing the same thing over and over again. Like, what do you gain from it?
To beat the 50-50, which is a shit ass model. So I understand that people are upset about that thumbnail, and the thumbnail in question is this one. And I look, I get it. The original concept for this thumbnail was it was actually going to be a mountain, and the mountain was going to be Wuthering Waves on top of the, not on top of the mountain, but like near the top of the mountain with other games near it. Okay. And
let's look at the image.
Be the same. This is the thumbnail in question. There's going to be the same concept, and
so people are mad about this thumbnail. I saw this thumbnail. You see, man, this dude. I'm sorry, man. The Genshin, like, it's not even just the Genshin community. I just feel like people, like, they're just so fucking soft, man. Like, if we were to do this back in like 2015, bro, and you do a thumbnail like this, people would just laugh at it and say it's hilarious, and they would just watch the video. But now that people are getting offended over a fucking thumbnail, bro, like, holy shit, dude, it's a thumbnail. It's literally just a thumbnail, and you guys are crying about this shit. I'm sorry, man. These Genshin Impact players are insane, man.
We chose to go with this one. And look, I get it. It's inflammatory. Yeah, it's got these two characters essentially drowning in a wave with Carlotta looking in the distance. It's actually a great thumbnail.
It's funny. It's a cool thumbnail.
Well designed.
Creative.
It tells exactly what the original title was, which was define the Gacha stereotypes. And you may agree or disagree with that title. And the thing about it is that upset people. But you gotta understand, like, these are fictional. None of this is real. None of this is real.
I told y'all, man. Like I said, if I were to sit here and say that Hu Tao is not a cool character, I promise y'all, bro, niggas gonna be making tweets, going on Reddit, going on a huge rant just because a content creator said they don't like Hu Tao. Opinions and preferences are not allowed in the Genshin Impact community. Let me just let you guys know. If you want to play Genshin Impact, and if you want to participate in this community, if you want to associate yourself with this community, I'm gonna just have to let you know that you can't express your opinions and your thoughts because you're not allowed to. The community is a hive mind. Whatever the community loves, you have to love what they love. If they dislike something, you have to dislike what they dislike. That's how you operate in the Genshin Impact community. This guy just simply made a thumbnail showing Hu Tao and Kafka looking like idiots, and then you have Carlotta up top looking like a Chad. It's a cool thumbnail. It's a funny thumbnail, and it really represents the situation. It represents, you know, what's going on in the Gacha community. But of course, you have these snowflakes who are going to cry about it, bitch about it, over fictional characters. We have to make asylums great again, guys.
like people are attacking me and attacking my like life
over
and
a thumbnail
background and who I am as a person, saying I'm insincere. That's ridiculous. There's so much content here that is of a variety, and I continue to try.
Hey, let's take a look at it, guys, because once again, these Genshin Impact cucks think that, you know, as soon as you make one video on Genshin, all of a sudden you sign a contract and you have to make videos on Genshin only, and you have to glaze the game. You have Monster Hunter Wilds, Sonic, Mario, Street Fighter, right? I think this is Undertale. You have Final Fantasy, Warframe, Pokemon, Honkai Star Rail, The Witcher, Balatro, Infinity Nikki. All of these games he's covering, right? And realize how the only game that he's having an issue with, Genshin Impact. He's probably having issues with Wuthering Waves and HSR, but the most toxic game so far, Genshin Impact. Realize how he's mostly complaining about Genshin Impact. Insanity, man.
Try to provide a variety, whether it's Monster Hunter, Wuthering Waves, Sonic, main themes, the video game quizzes. Yeah, there's a couple. Woo, what just came out? Rhythm games. Yes, look, Honkai Star Rail. Actually loved that theme.
Path of Exile,
Warframe, Pokemon, Balatro,
Gacha
Infinity
music.
Nikki, the best games of the year. An interview with Alex Mukala, Path of Exile 2. Look, a whole video about Gacha games. I understand. Like,
Rose Frontline
obviously, my
2.
most popular video is the Scaramouche battle theme, and then yeah, also La Signora. And then we can go further down. But look at the variety here. My top most played videos. It's not just Genshin Impact. Am I grateful for Genshin? Of course I am. I've never been like, fuck Genshin, it's the worst game ever made. But some of you guys are attaching so much of your personhood to a video game.
Thank you. I was waiting for him to say that because I've been saying this forever, bro. These people attach themselves to the game. They attach themselves, so whenever you criticize the game, they get offended because they attach themselves to the game. So it feels like you're criticizing them. You're talking shit about them. Like, these people are crazy, man. They're absolutely crazy. And it's like, I also realized this as well, where you have these Genshin Impact players whenever they see a content creator making content on Genshin, and let's say they make a lot of views on that video. These players, it's like they tell the content creator, like, hey, you have to appreciate the game because if it wasn't for Genshin, you wouldn't be where you're at today. Let me tell you guys one thing. Genshin Impact, huge game, makes a lot of money. I agree. But there are multiple games out there. A ton of games out there. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of games out there. Genshin Impact is not the only game right now. It's not the only game, the only gacha game. There are multiple games out there to play. So to tell a content creator that they have to, feel like as if they owe the game something, they owe Genshin Impact, good criticism, like they have to glaze the game because if it wasn't for the game, they wouldn't be where they're at today, is fucking toxic. It is absolutely toxic. I don't care if I get 100,000 views on a Genshin Impact video of me talking good about the game. I don't care. I'm a truthful and honest person. If I see that there's issues in the game, I'm going to address it. And once again, whenever a content creator, one thing I noticed is that whenever a content creator makes a video saying good things about Genshin Impact, notice how those videos get like 100 views, 800 views, 2,000 views. They don't really make a lot of views. They don't make a lot of views at all. And I'm going to prove it to you guys. So we take a look at my channel right here, right? Let's take a look at my channel. So these are all the videos I made so far. So look at this. This video right here was about me talking about Mavika and how, she's probably Mary Sue. Video, 3.4K views. We move down some more. We talked about how bad the Natlan story was. 6.5K views. We talked about how there's no 5-star characters. 5-star male characters. There's not a lot in Genshin Impact. 2.9K views. Now let's go to a video of me actually saying good things about Genshin Impact. Let's go ahead and find it real quick. If I can go to like oldest videos, we're gonna come to oldest right here. So this is me just making good content, like just me like enjoying the game. Look how many views. 2 years ago, 11 views. Right? Day of Team Comp, 70 views. Sino is trash. This was me pretty much showing that Sino is a pretty strong character. 107 views. Realize how whenever you make like content on the game of you just simply enjoying the game, 28 views, 57 views. Now, sure, this is when, I was a small content creator, but still, it just proves that, these Genshin Impact players, they don't watch videos of content creators who are saying good things about the game. They only watch videos of you criticizing the game. I can move to my second channel real quick. More Faros TGP. Move to my second channel right here. All right. For this channel, I also made some videos, talking about Genshin lore. Look at this. This video, 41 views. This video of me talking about the lore in Genshin, 247 views. This was like the only video of me, like the only video where I had 3K views and I was reacting to the Capitano versus Mavika fight. And this is a video of me talking about, which 5-star standard character you should pick, 209 views. So you guys see, right? It's like whenever you make videos of you saying positive things about the game and you just making normal content on Genshin of you just enjoying the game, 100 views, 2 views. But the moment you criticize the game, 8,000 views, 10,000 views, 13,000 views. Let's go back to my channel, right? Let's go back. Nah, because I'm getting sick and tired of this shit, bro. I'm getting sick and tired of this, man. Look at this video. Is Genshin Impact really that bad? Spoiler, yes. 13,000 views. It's like they always complain and say, oh, stop talking shit about Genshin Impact. You guys are giving us the views. You guys are watching these videos. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. Hit the dislike button and move on. Go watch a video of a content creator who's actually glazing the game, of a content creator who actually enjoys the game, who likes the game. You guys don't do that because you want to go to every content creator who doesn't enjoy the game, and you guys want to. It's like you guys want to force these content creators to enjoy the game. It's like you guys are saying, "Oh, you're not allowed to dislike the game. You have to enjoy it." It's fucking pathetic.
Thing that we play to relax. So I understand the upsetness over this thumbnail, that has caused some upsetness, but
You
really,
should not.
I
Hey,
also think that
hold
the
up.
upsetness is not actually pointed. I mean,
You should not. Hey, Marco, you should not apologize over that thumbnail. It's a thumbnail. If people are gonna get offended over a thumbnail of two characters that look like idiots and then one character that looks like a Giga Chat, if they're gonna get mad about that, I'm sorry, man. That sounds like a you problem. That you should not apologize about that at all. These people are fucking
it's pointed
morons.
towards me because I'm no different than
Snowflakes.
rage baiting drama content creators, because they just like pull everything possible and create drama around it, and they create and they fuel this like sense of like, well, my game is better than this game and this game is better. But I want you to take a step back and consider the fact that what other game besides maybe the console wars with PlayStation versus Xbox do we really see like, well, Sonic is better than Pokemon because of this and that, or I don't see anybody going, well, Breath of the Wild is better than Genshin Impact. Like, I mean, maybe that's a bad comparison. It probably is. So look, I mean, I think this thumbnail was, admittedly, I've been carrying a lot of anger towards a portion of the Genshin Impact community that have decided to like shit all over me. I get it. This thumbnail.
Nah, I feel like they should just touch some grass. I'm sorry. Go touch some grass. Go talk to some bitches. Go like do something in your life, man. Like if you're gonna get mad over a thumbnail showing two fictional characters and another character on top of a mountain, if you're gonna get triggered about that, then you might as well get mad about everything in this world. You might as well get mad about every single thing, because if that triggers you, everything triggers you at this point. If a thumbnail showing fictional characters pisses you off, I don't know what to say at this point. This has to be one of the most soft communities I've ever seen in my life. People getting triggered over a thumbnail showing fictional characters. Embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. But once again, this is a Genshin Impact community we're talking about. This is literally normal. This is literally normal. If this didn't happen, I would honestly be surprised if this didn't happen, because that's how insane this community is.
Now definitely pushed the edge of what is apparently appropriate for my content, because I guess my channel is a safe space. And I get that. I should be more neutral. But also, I made a video not too long ago and I asked people, should I give you my honest opinion? And the answer was yes. And so I've tried to do that. But that's obviously been met with pushback. And what am I going to do? Am I not going to celebrate the fact that I like Wuthering Waves more than Genshin?
And didn't I just talk about this earlier, guys? Man, hey, do I have foresight? I just talked about this earlier. They want you to express your opinions, and once you do, they're like, "Oh, actually, no, never mind. Don't express your opinions. If you're gonna talk shit about Genshin, no, don't express your opinions." It's like at this point, but the way I see it is that if you want to express your thoughts and opinions on Genshin Impact, you can only say positive things about the game. Everything else, you're a shitty person. If you say anything else about the game besides positivity, you're a shitty person. And that's why we call it toxic positivity, because these people, they want to force their preference onto others. Like, I've seen a lot of arguments, like the same dumbass argument everywhere, where people say, oh, if you don't enjoy the game, then, leave the game. If you don't enjoy the story, then just don't play the game anymore. It's like they think that the story is the only thing that makes Genshin Impact Genshin Impact. If you don't like the story, then you shouldn't play the game, period. Okay, so why am I leveling up my characters? Why is there a Spiral Abyss? Why are there domains? Why are there bosses? Why is there a TCG? Why are there so many aspects in the game, but all of a sudden, if I don't enjoy the story, then I just shouldn't play the game at all? It's fucking crazy, man. It's like the gatekeeping mentality in this community is too strong. Like the gatekeeping is insane. It's like they want you to enjoy every single aspect of the game, and if you don't enjoy one aspect, quit the game. That's it. The game is, you shouldn't play the game, period.
Because why? Because something is owed. Then I mean, then I owe something to all of these games too. Then guys, these are the most popular videos. Then I owe Kathy Kelly a lot. I owe Ultra Kill a lot. I owe Warframe a lot. I owe World of Warcraft a lot. I owe my buddy Luis a lot. I owe Greg Wanamaker a lot. I owe League of Legends a lot. You know, Baldur's Gate a lot. Well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, like I'm just a person. So like I am sorry if
It's crazy how this guy has to apologize, man. It's crazy, bro. He should not be apologizing. Like I said, bro, it pisses me. This is one of the main things I dislike when it comes to being a content creator, man. It's like you have these people who attack you over a video game, and you gotta apologize. You gotta say you're sorry. Meanwhile, they're sitting behind their fucking computer in their mom's basement, like, you apologize. Yes, finally. Pathetic community. Absolutely pathetic. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. And I'm not talking to everybody. This is specifically for the toxic Genshin Impact players. Like, it's getting to a point where I feel like Genshin, if you want to be a content creator, don't step foot near this game. Just don't. Don't make content on this game. Completely ignore it. Play a different game. You can play the game, but like, just don't make content on the game, because once you make one video on this damn game, it's like you sign a contract, you sold your soul, you're only supposed to say positive things about the game. Only positive things. If you say one negative thing about Genshin, all of a sudden you have these haters that just spawn in out of nowhere like zombies in Minecraft. They just spawn in out of nowhere. They flood your channel, dislike your videos out of nowhere. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Toxic positivity.
My content, it has been a safe space, and this thumbnail like triggered you because of all the other bullshit that you see going around. In that case, yeah, I do feel bad. I like the thumbnail. It really does a good job of articulating how I felt about it. Could we have done it differently? Of course we could have. Of course we could have. But people shit on you for anything. They shit on you if you do a pog face. They shit on you if your face is even in the fucking picture, even though we've looked at the stats doing thumbnail A/B testing, and we know that faces actually bring in more views than a static image. And realistically, this video has done well, but it's nothing crazy. I made $65 off of that video. So we can't even act like this video's has been done just for the sake of money. You know, and people are like, well, you should toughen up and you should do that. Look, I watched my dad die. And something happens to you when you experience that, bro. I mean, like I cry. I cry a lot. I'm a sensitive dude. One has to be sensitive if we're talking about emotion. We're talking about music.
This is crazy.
So, you know, for those of you that are like, you should just like ignore it. I mean, obviously I don't have a choice. I mean, I guess that's just part of my life, and I kind of have to pick and choose. But like, you can't expect me to make emotional videos talking about the ins and outs of what we feel when we talk about music without being emotional. That's absurd. That makes no sense. You know, so I won't apologize for being an emotional person and not.
Thank you. Don't apologize, man. Don't apologize, bro. You're doing your own thing. This is your YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel is you making you talking about music. And people should respect that. They should respect that this channel is about music. It's not about Genshin Impact music. No. The premise of his channel is music, period, in the story. If you go to his channel and you're like, oh, you made videos talking about Genshin Impact music, so now you should only talk about Genshin Impact. And if you make any other videos of you talking about other games, then you betrayed us. Fuck off.
Not being able to like tolerate bullshit.
I'm not gonna lie, this shit's starting to piss me off, man. It really starts to piss me off because I just can't stand seeing other content creators getting attacked over a fictional game. Because I know how it feels. It's just so sickening to me how these people just attack other human beings over a fictional game, man. The internet is one of, like, I say this all the time, the internet is a double-edged sword. It's one of the best things that happened to humanity and one of the worst things that happened to humanity.
This is bullshit. The quality has not changed. A lot of these videos have been in the works have been in the backlog for months. And I've always sort of treated this superficially. Talking about it from an emotional perspective is not going into the weeds of the technicalities. That is not what this channel is about. This channel is a music appreciation channel. This channel is where we talk about music We talk about music and how it makes us feel. We talk about how a corner makes us feel, how a section makes us feel. I can't talk about everything because, again, you can't please everybody. So someone might say, hey, you're actually talking too much. On the flip side, they might say it's not talking about it enough. But I saw someone say that I was insincere or that I am shallow, and I just don't agree with that. And I will put my foot down about that because it's absurd. That's absurd. I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, and another thing too is like I noticed that whenever I see, people making videos nowadays, these viewers, they are so picky. They are so like nitpicky whenever a content creator makes a video. They're like, "Oh, you need to do this. I don't like the way you did that. You need, fix your face." Dude, guys, dude, this is a problem, man. This is a serious problem for real. And I feel like the only way some of these people can actually understand is if they go to their computer or whatever and they decide to make a video, upload it, and they'll see, and then we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Once you do that, I feel like that's what once you upload a video yourself of you expressing your opinion, I feel like that's when these people are actually gonna understand what us content creators are talking about when it comes to this situation. They're not gonna understand unless they experience it themselves. They're just not, because they're on the receiving end. You being a content creator, you making a video talking about these situations, you're not on the receiving end, because people will come to your comment section, they will say crazy things, and they will go unpunished. Like nothing happens to them. They'll go unpunished. They won't get banned. I mean, they're probably going to get shadow banned. I'm going to let you guys know. When it comes to Genshin shields, you are not welcomed here. I don't give a fuck. You are not welcomed here. You're going to get shadow banned. There's like a lot of comments that you guys don't see. The reason why is because I shadow banned them. I don't play games, man. You come into my channel with that type of negativity, with that mindset, get the fuck out of here. I'm not wasting my time. But once again, the only way these people can actually understand is if they become a content creator themselves and they upload videos and they receive the same comments that we receive as content creators. That's the only way they can actually understand. But until then, they're not going to get it because they're on the receiving end. They're not going to receive any negative comments. They're not going to experience what it's like to be harassed. They're not going to experience what it's like to be attacked over a video game. They're not going to understand. That's why they're going to keep doing this over and over again, because they're on the receiving end.
I've been carrying a lot of baggage about the whole Genshin Impact thing, and obviously it sucks to have like a community turn on you because they feel you turned on them. Dude, it's a fucking video game, man. I don't know. I feel bad that you're upset. That sucks. I'm still planning on making Genshin Impact content. Like, I'm not going to stop doing that. Because why? Because I'm a hypocrite for what?
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. If I was this guy, I would never make Genshin Impact content ever again. And a matter of fact, I would make videos shitting on the game just to piss them off. Like that's just the type of person I am, bro. If you're gonna come after me, if you're gonna be disingenuous, come after me over a video game, I'm gonna do multiple videos of me criticizing the game just to piss you the fuck off. Like, I'm sorry. That's why I'm saying this guy is wholesome, bro. Like the fact that these people are attacking him, bro, is crazy. It shows that nobody is safe, man. Nobody is safe. I can make a video of me just staring at the camera, just like this, the whole time, and some bimbo is gonna come into the comment section and still complain. Like, there's just nothing you can do to satisfy these people. There's nothing you can do. That's why my number one advice when it comes to, like, my number one advice if you want to become a content creator is be yourself. Be yourself. Don't try to please people. If you try to please people, you're just gonna head towards a dangerous path. You're gonna head towards a dangerous road. It's not gonna work out for you because you can't please everybody. Be yourself. Some people are gonna hate you for who you are, but some people will like you for who you are, and that's how you create a community. Of course, it's okay for people to criticize your videos. It's okay for people to criticize you as a person. There's nothing wrong with that. But it gets to a point where once you start attacking somebody over something stupid like a video game, that's when it becomes a problem.
For saying something bad about a game? What have I really said? What have I really said? I just, like, I'm sorry for making you feel like this was a safe space and then sort of pulling the rug from under you. But I want to remind you that this
Don't apologize, man. Don't apologize.
This is a nothing. This is a nothing.
Don't apologize.
And I guess I stepped on a pile of snakes or something and I got bit. Okay, I guess.
This community is dog shit.
It's just a nothing. It's a thumbnail. And every person on YouTube, look, every person on YouTube does it.
Yeah.
Look, thumbs down, question mark.
Everybody does it,
I'm just
man.
sort
It's
of tired
nothing
of having
new.
this like back and forth, which is why I deleted X, because I'm tired of it. I open the app every time, and every time it's just bull.
I don't even post anything on Twitter, bro. Like, I literally don't use the app. I only use the app for news, and that's pretty much it. I only use the app for news. That's it. And if I see some dumb shit on there, of course I'm gonna make content talking about it. But other than that, I don't post anything on Twitter, bro. And I recommend you guys to do the same as well. Don't partake in, like, just don't even use the app, bro. Like, Twitter is such a cesspool. It's insane. You can just put 2 + 2 = 4, and some dumbass is gonna some dumbass is gonna tweet and say, oh, this guy, he's a racist for saying that 2 + 2 = 4. It's dude. The internet is cursed, man. At this point, the internet, once again, I'm gonna repeat myself, the internet was a gift to humanity, but at the same time, it was a curse to humanity because the internet pretty much incentivizes dumbasses to have a voice. Because when we look at reality, if you go to a person's face and tell them, hey, you're ugly, or you tell them, hey, I'm gonna attack you over a video game, you're gonna get your ass whooped. But you can do that on the internet because you're not gonna be held accountable. You're on the internet. Insane, man. But yeah, when it comes to Twitter, bro, I literally don't even use the app, man. I only use the app for news, and that's it. That's it. I don't make tweets. I don't do any of that, man. I don't. Sometimes if I see something dumb, I would respond. But other than that, I'm not active on there at all. Not active because the app is just extremely toxic. It is so toxic. Really, really bad. I would recommend
Bullshit. It's just
Discord, but
angry people.
I would recommend Discord, but for Discord, just make your own community. Don't join a random Discord community. It's toxic.
I promised myself I would get off of it, and I just chose to. It's just too much. I'm a sensitive guy. I'm not going to change that. Not for you. Not for anybody. I've not even changed that for people that I'm with, significant others. This is who I am. I don't want you to be upset, but I also want to do things the way I want to do them. Nothing's changing on the channel. I'm still going to talk about whatever I want to talk about. I also think about it this way. Every gacha game has a new release every 4 to 6 weeks. I don't want this to be a gacha channel. I don't care if that's what brings in the most views. You know, people talk about selling out and stuff. You know, when I stopped making as many videos for Genshin, I left that sponsorship. I'm not sponsored by Kuro. We tried. They didn't go for it. Like, you know, I don't know, guys. I mean, I don't know. I feel bad. It sucks. I don't have an allegiance to any game. I've never had an allegiance to any game. I really am sorry if you felt like this was a safe space and you got your rug pulled out from under you. I mean, I'm not going to jump on everything. It's been 3 years. We're 3 years into this guy, February 11th. I'm just cruising. I'm just trying to always find my footing.
This is crazy, man.
I don't know. For those of you that this doesn't apply to, like, sorry. I mean, it's just, it's problematic. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's it, guys. Let me put on some music, give you guys some afterthoughts. Great video, by the way, amazing video. But yeah, this is ridiculous, man. This is honestly, I think it's getting to a point where now I think we're starting to wake up now. Everybody's starting to wake up because before you would have probably 2 to 3 content creators talking shit about Genshin, criticizing the game, and that would be it. But now I feel like you have a lot of content creators who are now really expressing how they feel about the game, and not only the game, but the community. You even have guide makers, people who make content talking about lore on the game. They're also coming out saying that they feel burnt out. They don't feel like playing the game anymore, you know, because they're not enjoying the story. I feel like everybody is now starting to wake up. And I think you guys can realize that right now. Everybody's starting to wake up. And the way that the community is responding to this, it just proves how bad the community is. This is a bad community. It really is bad. And what makes it worse is that hoyoverse themselves, I think they're also enabling this activity, because you would think that hoyoverse, right? You would think that, you know, their community being this toxic, Like to the point where even the community, they're attacking voice actors, right? Even the voice actors, they had issues with the community. You would think that hoyoverse themselves, they would make a tweet and say, yeah, guys, this community is fucking toxic. You know, that would be base for hoyoverse to do something like that, where they said, the fact that this community is bad, you guys are giving us a bad reputation, so therefore, we're going to close the servers for a week so that you guys can... That would be funny as fuck if they close the servers for a full week so that people can reflect on themselves. That would be really funny, but that's never going to happen. This is hoyoverse we're talking about, scummy ass company. But yeah, once again, I feel like everybody's starting to wake up now and they're starting to realize how horrible this community is and how horrible the game is. It's not even just Genshin Impact, it's also HSR with their predatory practices. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm actually glad the fact that he made this video, because once again, this guy is very, very wholesome. He's a very wholesome content creator. I enjoy watching his videos when it comes to music. I'm not a huge music guy, but I like watching people who analyze. Like, I like watching content creators who make music videos. It's just very interesting to me, very interesting, and it makes you dive deeper into what's going on whenever you're playing a game or you're watching a movie. It's just very interesting to me when they make content talking about music. You know, it gives you a whole different perspective in certain things, which is pretty dope. But yeah, it's horrible, man. It's really just horrible how you would think that this community, it would actually appreciate this guy for what he's done for the game, because I'm pretty sure Genshin, they also put him in the game as well for the leeway, for the Lantern Rite event. They put him in the game. Like, you guys should honestly appreciate this guy for what he's done for the game. He's done a lot, man. He's done a lot. He gave the game a lot of exposure, especially for music enjoyers. He's done a lot. But of course, because he said one or two bad things about Genshin, all of a sudden he's a racist, he's homophobic or whatever. All these terms, they just start flying everywhere just because he said one bad thing about the game. Absolutely pathetic, man. By far one of the most embarrassing communities out there. I mean, this is my opinion. I think Genshin Impact is definitely the worst community in the gacha, like, not even just the gacha gaming community. I feel like Genshin Impact is by far the worst community in gaming history.